was funny that this thing I used to do used to offend some people sometimes. And I don't know, in this your faith journey, I don't know why people are like this. You are doing your own faith something and it's annoying at somebody else. I don't understand it. I cannot get it. Let me just let you know that people will be offended even by this talk that I'm saying now. Some people it's already pinching them. I don't know why you're like the way you are. When you can use something for your benefits. Okay, hello people, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Murayo Ahunaya, and on this channel we speak about many things. We speak about faith, history, business, tips for achieving things, all sorts of things. And from my last video I told you guys that I would do a video on prayers and confessions, and here we are. Because I'm also here to learn, I'd like you to share what your prayers and confession tips and routines are, so that I can also learn and other people can learn from you as well. Shall we dive in? So this video is not going to be a serious video. It's going to be more like story time, but it's going to be impactful too, because that's the point, right? I am not a pastor. I am not a prayer guru. I don't pray for hours. I am a spiritual person, but I won't say I am. I do exceedingly great for the gospel, going to preach, going to do these things. I'm a sister, and in my own little way, I do these things that honor God. But one thing that I can vouch for or stand for or say that nobody can take away from me is that God answers prayers. Do I have someone answered prayers? Please do not mind the crook in my voice. Do I have someone answered prayers? Of course I do. But I have more answered prayers, more answered experiences, more things that have come to pass that I believed God for than the things that haven't. So if 90% of these things have come to pass, then I think I can share with you that prayer does work and confessions do work. Or would you disagree? Of course you wouldn't. Yeah, so I shared with you in the last video that I have a friend, even if you watch our friend tag, or I have a few friends that say, oh, if you want to learn about faith, go to Murayo. Why is this? It's because I am someone who is very adamant on the fact that prayer works. I've seen it work, and I've seen results in my life, and I'm going to give you a few examples here. It's not just going to be empty barrel speaking. It's going to be sharing of experiences from way back. I got born again really when I got into university. As a few of you may know, I come from a Muslim background. My dad is still a Muslim. My mom was a Christian, so it was mixed-ish. Yeah, but I didn't really have I always had faith in God. I didn't really see it as a problem to come from that background or to come from that place. But I always had faith in God, and I always knew, because of the kind of parents that I had, that you have to pray, you have to believe, you have to do all these things. Those thoughts and those lessons got more reinforced when I got into uni and I got born again. And I got born again in fellowship, LVCU, Lagos Varsity Christian Union. I attended University of Lagos, by the way. Then I got into school 2008, 2009, and 2008, yes. But 2009 was when I began to know God more and fellowship more with Him. Part of the things we learned then in fellowship was the powers of prayers and confessions. I remember one particular man came to preach to us one time, and he said when he was in school, he took control of his CGPA, and he called it God's GP, which is I'm not sure what they call what GP is, but I know GPA or CGPA is cumulative grade point average. Oh yes, so GP is grade points, I think. So cumulative grade point average is what you have at the end of a session. We have semesters, at least the way it's done in my university. I'm not sure how it's done in yours, but then the way it's done in the university I attended, we had semesters. We had, I think, 2 semesters, and then at the end of 2 semesters you had a cumulative grade point average, CGPA. But then he said every semester, which is the part 1 of the session, every semester he would write what he wanted. He would print out a course form. If you attended university, or if you're in university, you understand these things I'm saying. But if you're in secondary school, he will print out his courses, I'm sure is it called studies? He would print out the names of the courses on or the studies, and he would write the grade points that he wanted on each one. If it's an A, he would write an A for this course, and B. And he used to do that, and then he would paste it on his cupboard. That was how my journey of faith started. I'm like, eh? And then what he used to call grade points, which is GP, because at the end of your course form, you have a place where they write GP, and then there's an underlining dash, which is what you get. And there's the course advisor's signature and then student signature. You laminate that course form and take it to the exam hall. You can have your course form from the beginning of the semester, right? So he said that he would write GP. He would first of all write all the grade points that he wanted for each course. Of course, he filled in A's now. And then he would write GP, the underneath God's property, like God's property, making sense. And then course advisor, he would leave that place blank, and student signature, he would write it, he would sign it, and put any other thing that he wanted to write. And that was where my faith journey began, my confessions journey began, really. Every semester I would do the same thing. I would write out what I wanted, A, and would even put GP. You know, it was funny that this thing I used to do used to offend some people sometimes. And I don't know, in this your faith journey, I don't know why people are like this. You are doing your own faith something and it's annoying on somebody else. I don't understand it. I cannot get it. Let me just let you know that people will be offended even by this talk that I'm saying now. Some people it's already pinching them. Don't know why you're like the way you are. When you can use something for your benefits. Yeah. So there was one lady actually that came to my cupboard there, because I used to paste it in front of them. We had this cupboards, school cupboards that were assigned to each student in the hostel. She came to my cupboard and she said, "Do you think you're going to? Why did you write this thing? Do you really think you're going to get an A here? No, you're going to get an A." I was sleeping on my bed. I woke up, I laughed. I said, "Oh, leave the." And then you see this course, I'm getting A here. This course, I'm getting A here. This and that. Later on, we got to discover that the lady was she had some funny spiritual background. On the day of the exam, I got back from exam. I laughed in her face. I said, "My darling, I've beaten the exam and I've gotten an A." I got an A in that course, by the way. So I was obeying some spiritual principles, and I say this with some with gist, but some bit of reference, because it is real, it works. Confessions, writing down your visions and praying about them actually work. Setting them before God. I wasn't the smartest girl in my class, nor was I the smartest girl in my set, but I came out the top, the best in the whole faculty when I finished uni for my undergraduate degree, not for my master's, for my undergraduate degree. So this thing actually works, and I'm telling you it works. I've seen it in my life and it works. Other places I applied it when I was in uni. Someone else came and spoke and said, you know that you can sort out for life, where it was forever in this university where you're going to stay. At that time, me and some of my friends were in Newest Hall. Newest Hall is at one end of the university. Where we were doing architecture was at another end, right? But our faculty was at this end. The way Unilag is structured is interesting. So architecture is away from the Faculty of Environmental Sciences, but because hostel spaces are assigned based on faculty, they assigned us to this far place, this Newest Hall. And I was like, this man said we should confess, Abi, we should write what we want. I said, "God, till I finish in this university. I want to be in Moremi Hall and so other place for masters. And I wrote them down, and I got those places. I got those places. The first time, I think it was on scholars list, I used to enter Moremi, and then the second time, and then the third time, I don't know, some miracle just happened, because we weren't going to even get hostel at all. If my girls can remember, if you guys can remember, we were doing IT then and all that issue with I tell everybody and everybody. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So I saw that work when I was doing my NYC. It didn't end there. When I was doing my undergraduate, it didn't end there. It was similar in masters, but I didn't take it as serious. I didn't take it as P, right? P means personal, taking things very personally. I didn't take it as personally in masters. Plus, I was a bit distracted. I was working, making money. So I did not attain the same level of results that I had in my undergraduate. So there's an importance of taking the word of God, or taking the things that you hear or you're going to hear here with the heart of a child. I'm telling you, it works. When you take things like a child, when you take the idea of this thing as easy as, okay, it's going to happen, it's not that big of a deal, and you practice it with all sincerity, you don't have to spend hours praying. I don't spend hours praying. I'll tell you what I do. Let's move on to other stories. So when I finished from uni and I had to go for NYSC, you see, I was praying to God that I would go to Obudu Cattle Ranch and be their head rancher. Please don't laugh at me. Even if you laugh at me, time has come and gone. But God did not answer that prayer. And I was sent to Kano. So, but I told God that if I'm going to go to this Kano, because a friend of mine had just told me that he was sent to some funny place, and I thank God for whispering things into. God has a way of whispering ideas into my ears, or I just stumble on things when I need those things. So when I was about to go for NYC, a friend of mine said he worked in a university. Tenny, shout out. He said he worked in a university and it was the best thing. Another friend of mine came and said he worked in a polytechnic. He worked in, and all these people's testimonies, because I didn't like the idea of secondary school. And I'm like, if God can be whispering these things to me, I can aim for higher, I can aim for better. So when I got to Kano, I didn't even know anybody, I didn't know anything. I just told God that, oh God, in the name of Jesus, I'm going to get to work in a university. This, that. When I got my posting letter, I was actually depressed. I didn't know that it was a university, because I just saw KUST. I'm like, what does this even mean? Wooddeal. When I spoke to somebody that, where is Wooddeal? They say, Wooddeal is outskirts of town. I said, God, you know what I want. And then there was another friend that came then to tension me. One guy, what's his name? I've forgotten his name. One guy like Isha, he got the polytechnic or so in the town, in my town, in the Kano town itself. And he came, oh, where did you get? I said I got Wooddeal, because I didn't really check the name of the place. I didn't realize I was in university. I got Wooddeal. I said, oh well, I got this so polytechnic, probably going to lecture there. And I'm like, why is this guy saying what I want? Why? This is what I want, and he's saying it to me. Anyways, the day came by and I found some help miraculously. That is another story for another day. How I found help in Kano. And as they were driving me to this place, I was telling them that by God's grace, somehow, some way, because they told me there's a university, they told me that there's a university there. I didn't even know I was posted to university. I said, somehow, some way, God have mercy on me. Maybe they posted me to the local government in that place. And I think I'm out of focus. I'm not. Okay. So I said, by God's grace, they will post me. I think I'm out of focus. But anyways, I said, by God's grace, they're going to post me to university and I'm going to be a lecturer there. I'm back in focus, I can see. I'm going to be a lecturer there. And one of the people that were driving the car just there laughing said, me, I've not seen any copper come to Kano and come and be lecturer. Said, this thing that I've been confessing and praying for, this man cannot discourage me. And I'm like that. Your words don't easily deter or discourage me. I'm not easily moved. So long story short, I got to be a lecturer in the university. There are many things that I've prayed for. There are many, these ones are just very specific things, right? These are things that I can lay my hands on and share with you. There are other things. Is it how one day I was gisting with somebody that wouldn't it be nice after school to get a job close to home? And I'd even visited some of the offices close to home before, and the person said no, you can't. He was working in a bank then and his house was far, and he's like, I'm like, it's like I won't be sharing my dreams with people again, because I'm sharing with you, it's not your dream. Why would you be telling me my own dream is invalid? Like when he said it that day, he said no, it's very rare. That doesn't even happen in Lagos. He first of all asked me, what did you study? I told him, oh, I study architecture. He said, but guys, you're going to work on the island. You're going to face this traffic that we're facing. When I was saying it that day, I want to mention your name. I'll just ignore him. He said, it's not you that is God. I'm not God, but you are not God either. But this is my own desire. This is what I want. And my God usually answers my prayers. So when I went back home that day, because when especially when people say things at me and it gets to me, I just go back and just say, okay, God. So I'm sharing with you how I do it now. Go back and say, God, okay, see, this is what I want. This is what I really want. You see that it's not like it's out of your will. I'm not asking you that I want to. If it's not in your will, just like the NYC thing, I know you're going to cancel it. Like I wanted to go to Obudu. I know it's not going to work, but oh God, I sincerely want to work somewhere close to home. You know the kind of person I am. I don't like stress. Oh God, please have mercy. And then I write it down as one of the things that one of the goals that I want, and then I pray about it as often as I can. And to God be the glory, I got somewhere that was 15 minutes away from my house. You know. Then what else? There was a particular one that wasn't even a confession for long. I was going home for Christmas, and usually Christmas for me, Christmas was stressful at a point, because I would have to go to Ikorodu. My father was living in Ikorodu, and then at some point I was living with my grand uncle in Surulere, so I would have to go to Ikorodu sometimes to stay with my dad and this and that. So this particular Christmas, I think my brother was coming back, and I'm always scared of a full house, because every house has its own drama. Every home has its own drama, and I'm like, God, let there not be drama this year. Let this year be a very peaceful, happy, loving, fun Christmas. So yeah, and let there not be the usual Lagos traffic, because I think I was a copper or something. I don't have money. Like I have money just there, but then I'm like, now I don't want things to be overly priced, because when there's an inflation, Christmas period in Lagos is just interesting. There can be an inflation in fuel prices, and then transport is expensive, everything is hectic, to cook is wahala. I'm like, God, please, I'm going back home. Let this Christmas be worth it. Let it be a Christmas to remember. And it was such a splendid Christmas, and I'm like, oh God, you answer prayers. Like, the way you answer prayers is just amazing. So I want to let you know, with these few points of mine, there are many other things I have in my arsenal, but with these few points of mine, God answers prayers. Even when it came to the man to marry, at some point I got into a relationship after uni, and I'll share the details. Yeah, my first relationship ever was most likely with my husband, because the other one, which was one, wasn't really a relationship when I think about it. Anyways, yeah, I will share that story another day. But I was termed as picky, or Mariah, you're going to die an old maid, with the way you are you have things that you want. And I'm like, man, it's the thing that I want that is the thing that I want. And if I did not find it, it's not hard to, it's not as if God cannot make it available. What am I looking for? What is it that I'm looking for? Someone that is faithful, someone that loves God, someone that is committed, someone that is hardworking and knows where he's going in life and has some money. And it's not even like I was looking for anything overly. I'm not looking for someone that is a billionaire or millionaire or something. I'm not looking for all those extra things. I just wanted someone that his head was there, focused, knows where he's going, Christian, good, and fine. And you are telling me that my dreams are too big. Someone that will be faithful. Excuse you. Why? I don't know. Anyways, this pattern of people telling people that their dreams are invalid, it has to stop. And if it doesn't, if you notice that there's that kind of person in your circle, I beg you, better shift. Because it's that kind of person that will bury you like Joseph's brothers. They will dig ground for you and put you inside because your dream is tormenting them. You've not even reached it, or you've not attended, or you've not achieved it, and your dream is tormenting them. But yeah, I've deviated. What am I saying? There are powers in prayers and confessions. I don't have this book close to me, but I can go and pick it up from the shelf. Yes, I got the book, and this is the book. It is The Power of Your Words. And this book is such an instrumental book. Now, if you want to really learn about prayers and confessions, I advise you to get this book. Can you see it? Don Gozette and E.W. Kenyon. I've been using this book since I was in uni, and it basically talks about prayers, it basically talks about confessions and everything of sorts. Special to God. We're all special to God. So yes, please and please take confessions seriously. It works. Okay, take confessions and prayers seriously. They work. They really literally change your life. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's something that you want to say or share, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you, and thank you for watching. I know I've taken a lot of your time, but I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.